Hey everyone, how's everyone doing today? Look at my face. I've been eating barbecue pork and duck this week. So I don't know, is my face actually getting better or not? So I switched from red meat, which I really should start eating again. Anyway, I'm rambling. Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome back to my channel. I'm watching Tom Bellew. Today I actually want to talk about the 27 Club. You know, like that 27 Club, like when you at 27, there's a bunch of celebrities that dies at 27, just before they turn 28. Like Heath Ledger. I think Heath Ledger died at 27, turning 28, right? And then there is that K-pop star from Shine also that killed her himself. Um, I have a theory about that. I don't know if it's right or not. It's definitely just a speculation on my part. But I think at 27 and 28, because what happened was 27, I remember receiving news like, oh, my dad got sick. And then I was like, I just got this new job. And suddenly I was like in this conference and suddenly I was expected to leave. I didn't. But at 28, my mom died. So I think like there was a preemption there at 27 and 28, and then that kind of spiraled me down into the world of depression and the world of nihilism. Nothing matters anymore and blah blah blah. And I think I remember like when I was going through this period, like it's years and years. It's not like just months, right? Like because I think one of the aspect of how fast you get over depression and anxiety on that stuff is basically having people surrounding you, like support network, people who love you, people who actually touch and hold you. So there's a lot of that as well. And I don't, because I isolated myself and I'm an introvert, so that kind of added to the problem. um but I remember for sure like being in a very deep depression. There's always this concept in the back of my mind that I want to be rescued. I don't want to be responsible for the world anymore, and I don't want to, get my shit together. I don't want to. I prefer to die. And always this constant thought of like I prefer to die than actually going through life and dealing with it myself, right? So it's a very constant thought, on top of other thoughts, on top of other voices, like the negative and critical voices from your childhood, all the the things that you basically accumulated, and also on top of that, the things that you don't want to confront and you neglect. This thing can be triggered from, I don't know, from whatever circumstances in your life, um, but there's always that similarities of wanting to be a child again, wanting to be taken care of again, like being sick of being an adult type of things again. And I think that's what happens when you turn 27, like the 27 club, the 28 club. I think usually that's like the precipice, because I think that's also the precipice of your childhood being finished, and there's a choice there if you want to take it to go to adulthood. But that means you have to accept that no one else is going to rescue you, no one else is going to take care of you. You have to do that for yourself. And I think if you're unwilling to do it, suicide is basically that action that will allow you to go back to childhood again, because I believe in reincarnation and all that stuff. Because the first thing that you would do when you do when you commit suicide is that they're probably going to be sent back to earth, as immediately as possible within a very similar circumstances than your previous particular life. So it's like it's basically you're wasting 27 years of your life because you have to redo them again. But I think for the purpose of the soul, it's actually very aligned, because you go back to childhood again, you're being taken care of again. Or maybe I don't know what the circumstances of the next life would be. You're probably going to be abandoned, probably, I don't know, and then you have to raise yourself as the circumstances of your previous life decision. But that's like a different topic altogether. um but there's definitely that, like, and I think like 27, 28 is very very hard, because you actually have to choose between um being an adult and confronting the world and putting yourself first and absorbing all the lessons that you have the past 27 years, 28 years, and putting it up in the table and starting to become an apprentice of your adult self. I think I think that even works with our body, right? Like for the first 28 years, you're basically given a free pass to do whatever you like with your body. You can eat anything, you can, drink anything, and your body will kind of sustain that. I think that's a grace there. That is the grace period of life, and that help that your body gives you kind of stop at that age, and then you have to, if you haven't learned about your body and what your body likes and what your body don't like, you will have to learn, because it will not give you any more health pass from then on. If you put something that your body doesn't like, it will react to it, and it will not give you antidote, or it will not give you a leeway. It will be very severe, it will be very violent. It's like if you can handle your alcohol at 15, for example, and then at 30 you are no longer allowed to do that, your body is like, dude, I give you 15 years to get this shit together, you ain't gonna do this, okay, fine. And then it just give you a severe punishment, and it's not a punishment, it's like basically saying your body is moving on and you need to follow that as well. And it's the same with your life and your mind and your soul. My theory is, I think that's why most people commit suicide or die at 27, 28, because that is the precipice of finishing your childhood and also stepping into your adulthood. And I think my life didn't get better until I basically say, fuck it, I'm worth it, I'm worthy, no one's gonna fucking save me, I'm gonna put myself first. And I don't care if, even if you're family, even if you are, you've done a lot of good for me in the past, I'm not going to fucking owe anyone anything. I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do what's best for me. And if you are not going to help me along that side, I'm not gonna be unkind, I'm not gonna be cruel, but I'm gonna step forward and make a different decision that will benefit me. And I think that is also like part of being an adulthood, because until you can do that, I think you don't have the skills necessary to become a parent. Because I think when you become a parent, you actually have to, be very stern and very decisive when it comes to certain things, so that your children will not bear the brunt of your softness or of your childishness, of your immaturity. And I think there is that price to pay if if you're not willing to step up. That means you will always going to be in this perpetual cycle of dependency, your perpetual cycle of victimhood, perpetual cycle of, because I remember the world is out to get me type of mentality, because you're in a victim mode and you can't, and that will not do anything good for your body, your mental health, your spirits. And because I was there, and it just never ending. And I realized, like, after a while, it was like, oh, there's no end to this, there's no end. Okay, let me try go the other way and see whether there is an end over there. So I think you can always pursue either direction, either the darkness route, which there is no end there as well, or the lightness route, and see where that will take you. Because I just kept going to the darkness. I'm like, is there any end to this? Like, I just kept waiting, like, oh, am I gonna die? When am I gonna die, come soon, death, please come soon. It just never did. So I just tried the other way, and apparently I'm still on that path a few years later. So let's see where that goes. But that's my theory, guys, for the 27 club. I don't know if it relates or if it isn't, but it is also a mental health issue. So I want to just kind of put it in here. I haven't talked about mental health in a long while, but yeah, I want to talk to you about that. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great week. I will see you guys next week in the next video. I will talk to you guys later. Bye, everyone.